I'll be right back. W40.
All right, I'm going to grab some water too. W3DEP.
Okay, yeah, I'm live streaming again. I just want to see if I can get this thing working a little differently. And hello, radio test 1 2 3. Okay, my audio sounds okay. This is not coming up anymore with the issues with connection and that. It was saying that I was having some issues there, so seems to be okay now. And well, we'll see how that works out. We'll keep on going here. If there's anybody wants to join us, I want to see how this is. How you guys sound. If make sure I got the audio set up okay for the radio, picking up off the speaker.
Well, I hear you just fine, and your audio's fine. I don't hear any changes from the way you was before, so on my end, everything seems to be working just the way you want it.
Okay, somebody doubled with you. Just hang on, Dwayne. Somebody else go ahead.
Oh, yeah, my apologies for that. This is Kilo Delta 8 Zulu Whiskey India, Brian in Ohio.
Okay, Brian, yeah, good copy on you. Okay. Yeah, I just turned the audio down a little bit. Try to have the same audio that when I'm talking as well as what you guys sound here. So, anyhow, so are you watching the stream then, Dwayne?
I am not. Let me do that now.
Yeah, do that. And the other gentleman, I didn't get your call written down. What's your name?
Yeah, it's KD8ZWI. My name is Brian. That's Brian with a Y. Good afternoon. Yeah, I've been listening for just a few minutes because you guys sounded really good on the air, and heard you call for if anyone wants to join. So I figured I'd just throw my call sign in there and say good afternoon. Well, not quite good afternoon, is it? Let me look at the clock. Oh yeah, it's afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Brian, okay, I got you up on QRZ, and I am live streaming it as well. And just to let you know, we not only sound good, we look good. And then I look up at the camera and think, oh, God, now he's going to see how ugly I look.
Oh, very good. Well, thank you for the smile and the chuckle. I enjoyed that.
Hey, if we can't laugh at ourselves, who can we laugh at then?
Oh, my goodness, yeah, you have that right. Definitely have that right. But, yeah, I just passed the extra exam last week or so ago, and I got an amplifier for myself for a gift for that small achievement. So I've got it out today, and I'm giving her a go-around, and so far I haven't let out any smoke or anything, so I guess it's working okay, if you can hear me.
Oh, yeah, like I said, if you go to QRZ and bring up my call sign and just scroll down a little ways, there's a link there to my YouTube live stream. There's about maybe a 5-second delay from what you hear and what you see from the radio, but you'll be able to see your waterfall and then the signal strength up in the right corner there as well.
Oh, all right. Well, isn't that cool? Very well done. I'll pull that up here in a second because I'm dying to see what it looks like. But yeah, very good. I think that's a really neat blending of a couple hobbies. So kudos to you for pulling that off. And let me get that pulled up here. If you don't mind your call sign one more time, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, it's Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
Okay, I'm watching everything on live stream right now.
For DOS.
Yeah, nice clean signal, Dwayne. And I hear you, Dominic, not the best, but I am picking you up.
You're such a ham.
I was going to say turkey, but a ham will work.
That's what a turkey does.
My new leaf. But you could tell Jeff.
Say again, Dominic?
Tell him, Dwayne, he could tell Jeff I was being nice.
I'll definitely relay that to him.
The guy actually called for him before, and I turned around and said, Ham, H-A-M.
Just can't let it go, can you?
You were looking into the camera.
Ham or a turkey or a horse? No, that's let's see, winning. I do a horse winning, and a turkey goes.
Did he just live stream that? I got another video up there. I'm looking to learn something here on another video. I don't have yours up here. I'm going to put it up in a minute. But did you just do that live stream?
I did.
Mike, you getting this? Where's Mike?
I don't hear Mike. Mike, you out there?
He's probably making a whole bunch more contacts.
Or he's on the floor laughing.
Yeah, he's busy making contacts, I think.
Okay, this is KD8ZWI returning. Okay, so that live stream is really very nice. Very nice camera work and a nice angle on you as well. So one question, if you don't mind me taking it back to the beginning and asking questions that have probably already been asked and answered dozens of times, but the screen I'm seeing, is that a Flex Radio thing or is that an external software thing?
It's the Anan 7000, the Apache Labs. I did have a Flex, and then I got the Anan, so it's the software-defined radio as well.
Oh, and thank you very much for that. Yeah, no offense or malice intended with that comment, just my ignorance is all. But yeah, that's quite impressive. I like the averaging as well. So, all right, I don't want to derail your conversation, but I'm enjoying the stream. I'm going to leave it up for a little while. KD8ZWI, Brian in Ohio.
Well, our conversations are really just blabbering on here. There's nothing going on. We do sometimes talk audio, and also, Brian, on my QRZ page, if you go a little bit down further, there is a link to Gab. It's a social media network, and we also have a group on there. So we post on there when we're going to be on the air live streaming, and you know, if there's anybody interested in a picture or something, we can post on there. So it's a easy system to get into, and as I said, it's also down past my the pictures I have of the EQing, the screenshots I have of the EQing of the Anan.
Okay, very good. And then that's not just transmit EQ, that's receive EQ as well then.
I'm trying to remember now. I don't use the receive EQing. It's I think it's just what the default is. I have receive EQing. I can play with, but I just leave it as it is. So there's a lot of features that completely blow the Flex away. So it has a lot of features that I really like compared to the Flex. The Flex was a plug and play. This here, the Anan, is a lot more complicated. It's not for everybody. You know, there's a great group of guys out there that'll help. Art N4QNT, we did Team View. He had me talking, and he went and did the adjustments of the 10-band parametric equalizer and CFC. So That was 2 years ago, and I have not touched it since. So what you hear is how we set up the audio. No outboard EQing. So this is all I'm running.
Okay, yeah, well, that's very nice indeed. And I guess I should also formulate my question a little bit better, because I listening to myself on your stream, I like that sound, and I'm curious how much of that would be the processing on the receive end versus what I'm transmitting.
Well, let me start talking, and I'll hit the receive EQing how I have it set up. I can do that as well, so go ahead.
Oh, well, thank you for taking the time to do that. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really definitely liking what I'm seeing, but I also understand that that particular radio or SDR is a little bit out of my price range, but very nice indeed. You definitely it definitely has some eye candy as well as ear candy. So I don't know what else there could be insofar as the radio is concerned. But this is KD8ZWI. Back to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm running noise reduction too, and it works fantastic. It cuts all the noise out really well. So, like I said, it's just got a lot of extra features. And as I said, it price-wise, though, it's far cheaper than the Flex. So, but, everybody has their preference. So that's the good thing. That's one thing about amateur radio. There's a lot of different manufacturers, a lot of different makes and models. So you get what you want to get, then enjoy it. VA3 KBC at the top of the hour.
Whiskey 3 Delta Echo Papa.
W4 DOS.
Oh, and thank you. I hope no one asked me a question. I was listening to your stream, but yeah, thank you again for doing that and for taking the time and putting this up. And I'm sure you still get enjoyment out of it, as do your friends on the air. But I got a big grin on my face. That's pretty awesome stuff.
Well, you're welcome. And also, Brian, on my YouTube channel, there's a lot of different live streams I have there, and one of them is, golly, it's over a year ago. I talked to a dentist. I forget his call now, but it's on there. He actually he works in Nashville, plays piano. He is playing the piano because Don McLean, that did American Pie, is redoing it. So Dennis has to play the piano. They have to do it exactly how the original was done. So it was an interesting conversation with him. And if you get a chance, like and share and subscribe and hit the bell. And then whenever I'm streaming, you'll get a notice, and you can watch or whatever. You can watch it later because it'll be saved on YouTube there later. So it's just something I do. There's a lot of guys that do live streaming. There's a lot of guys that are a lot more intricate in their explanation of stuff. They'll do streaming on antennas and on software and amplifiers and stuff like that. I'm just doing it just for the fun of it, and so guys can hear themselves and see what their signal looks like. And if they have an issue with their radio, if they got a noise of some sort that they didn't know about. So anyhow, that's kind of what I do at VA3 KBC.
BE3 KDC, KD8ZWI returning. Well, I'll definitely hit that subscribe button, and I'll also check out the reference you were talking about. That's pretty cool stuff. A dentist and a professional musician. That's quite a nice combination.
No, he's not a dentist. His name is Dennis. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, Dennis, the piano player. Yeah, definitely. I'll check that out. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Dennis, W9BOQ, and Don McLean, re-recording of American Pie. So yeah, it was that was streamed a year ago.
I'll be right back. W3DEP.
Well, You know what on Mikey do in the park today?
Is Mike? I don't hear him, Dominic.
He didn't answer that time. He's doing laundry.
Okay. And Captain Darren, he's in the skies, right?
Yeah, he's flying. I'm cleaning my phone.
Well, it's 42 degrees here. Really nice, sun's shining, the snow's melting. So we went for breakfast. Golly, it's been a long time since we've gone out for breakfast. So went to the golf course, and it was really good. Not that expensive, and yeah, I had a nice breakfast this morning, and came home. I got 2 eggs out of the coop, so I've got 4 eggs now in the fridge. And in the last few days with the weather, they haven't been laying, so hopefully they'll start to pick up again.
Oh, yeah, too cold, baby.
Well, I didn't let them out because it was just the wind was howling and snowing and that, so they just didn't want to lay.
Oh, God. Man, I can't believe how much stuff can get in these little tiny holes in the phone. Oh, Mike's back. I said, I can't believe how much junk you get in these holes. Dwayne went to, I think, get something to drink, so he said he'd be right back. And DJ at another station. But that's it. Yeah, the band is rough.
I'm going to check the other bands. I'll keep the stream going, and I'll be back, Dominic. Okay, I'm just going to skip around on some of the other bands, see what 15's doing and 20, and I'll be back.
All right, we're just sitting here. Kilo 50 kilo.
Oh, 15 meters. Wow.
Alpha. The Sierra Papa. PJ2T. Kilo 5, Uniform Zulu. Kilo 5, Uniform Zulu. Contest. CQ contesters. Kilo 5, Uniform.
That was really strong right there.
Kilo 0, Bravo, Delta 59500.
Wow.
Italy, Oscar 4 Tango.
Texas.
200, roger, thank you. Karen K5, Whiskey Alpha.
Wow. Meters. There.
Enjoy travel. We have traveled in the past, and hopefully in the future.
There's 10 meters.
5.
Kilo Echo 1, Juliet.
Coming back to my
Wow.
you have 5 by 7. 5 by 7.
Five 900. Thanks, Victor Papa 5 Mike. Wow. Mexico, contact.
Sometimes a dipole does better than a loop. But, I mean, for what it is, I'm not worried about losing just a little bit.
Oh, right. The, piece of stuff there. I got it. And the,
20 meters, not a whole lot going on 20.
Yep, don't hear them. So all those little things that you're going to run into, you're going to be able to work these kind of awkward conditions.
right?
Yeah, but they're not connected on the ends, though. Each side has two 55-foot strands not connected. They go through that PVC of 3 foot apart, and they're dead-ended.
All right, but still, you'd have to go wider. You couldn't, like, maintain that same distance between the two wires, right?
If he was going to make it like a loop on both sides, is that what you're saying?
No.
Victor Alpha 5. Holy mackerel. 10 meters again.
Next, Victor Papa 5, Mike. Secret contest, Victor Papa 5, Mike.
Single wire, a single dipole, inverted V just for the 160.
VA3 KB, stand back.
Welcome back. Well, there's this one group, and they take pride in their antenna. They use a double delta loop configuration. And if you look it up online on Google, double delta loop, you'll see it. And this gives them real good performance in band spread, because this one particular group that likes that came up with the antenna band hop, the net, the net band hops, and they wanted something versatile, and that's what they came up with. It ended up being and some people built this antenna, say it's pretty damn good.
Is that, did they do it vertical or horizontal?
Vertical. The delta loop went up. Well, you could change vertical, horizontal way you feed it, but what they did was it went straight up in the air, like 2 high points and then a low point. I think it was like 30, 45 feet, as long as the delta loop has to be. That's how high up, and then back down.
Yeah, I forget the guy's call sign. He has an antenna. It's kind of like the bow tie, but it's 150 feet. It's if you would imagine 300 foot, and then you take the center, you make a perfect, kind of like a perfect square, 300 feet, and then you bring the center of it in about 1 foot apart. So you would have like 2 triangles, but totally connected. One guy has that antenna posted, and he has it horizontal, but that'd be something else to, try one day. And it plays on a lot of the bands, but it's really good on 40.
Right. And then there's one other one, not too many hands I know ever tried it. I never tried it either. There's a cage dipole. You ever see those?
I've seen pictures of those.
I had a 40 meter cage dipole. It worked really well. It was heavy, mind you, but it worked well, and it was completely broadbanded.
Yeah.
Man, 15 meters, 12 meters, 10 meters, just plastered with contesters. Well, 12 not so much, but 15 and 10 15 was just plastered. You could walk across the waterfall.
It plays hard a lot of times. I got like a 1.5 across the whole entire band.
Oh, yeah.
And again, that's no antenna tuner using it. That's just going direct.
Right. Well, some antennas, giving lowest SWR is not as important as if you can get gain out of it, maximum gain. You can have maximum gains that have lousy SWRs as long as you have a tuner, either at the feed point or in the house, but preferred at the feed point, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I talked to Clyde about my loop, AB8KY, and he says some guys will take like the Delta loop that I have now, they'll bury the wire or have it close to the ground, on the ground, in the same configuration right underneath of it, and that might give you some gain.
Right.
Downstairs, I fired up the dishwasher, and I got to turn around, and she's standing in front of the door.
International amateur radio.
It's just playing right where I want it on all the bands. I mean, it's now 80 is the opposite. It's 1.1 max down at 3.600, and as I came up, when I come up to 3.999, it's a 1.7, which isn't still bad.
Now, instead of doing that, there's a mineral. I can't remember the name of it. Almost like iron, but it's a mineral you can put on your ground. You spread it out to your ground, and that'll enhance your signal. I'd imagine iron would too. If you took a chain link fence and buried it in the ground, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be something. Make a heck of a reflector.
Right. W4DOM, I don't know the last time we did it.
W3DEP.
VA3 KBC. Well, I guess the camera's just going to have to work the way it is. I've tried everything to see if I can change the configuration, but for whatever reason, it won't. Another screen comes up and it doesn't have the what I had before. So whether there's something wrong in the camera that it won't do it or what, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's working fine and the picture is decent, so I guess I'll just leave it the way it is.
What's it supposed to do, like change different angles?
Well, when I go to the configuration and hit configuration, another window will come up, and it's got, you know, the round circle, and you've got the 4 points, so you can push with the mouse to one side, and it'll go to the left, or you go to the other side, go to the right, or you go up or down, and then you can zoom in or out. And none of those, that window does not come up anymore. It's just a properties window comes up with none of those things, just the coloring and so on and so forth. So I downloaded an update, and that screen comes up. In fact, I posted it on Signal, and it's got all those things, and you try to change, you know, the left or right or up or down or in and out, zoom in or zoom out. None of that works. So I'm thinking it's in the camera, but the way the picture is there now on the screen, I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. So it's good. It's okay. It's a clean picture. And for whatever reason now, I'm not having these errors coming up talking about my the connection, you know. So everything seems to be working good. I got excellent connection. Stream health is good, and no more errors coming up.
Well, I guess that could be worth it not performing the way you want it to with those updates, but at least you're not having no errors coming up, even though you can't do the other things. So having no errors coming up to me would be a big plus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. I looked at getting another camera, but a lot of them didn't have, you couldn't make those adjustments. So I thought, you know what, it's just live streaming. Where I have it set up on top of the 32-inch monitor, you know, the angle and everything is fine. So I'll just leave well enough alone, I guess. VA3 KBC.
W3D. Hey, Don, where'd you go? I'm not sure if he said he'd be right back or not. I heard him in there.
Yeah, I didn't hear him say anything.
Yeah, he keyed up when you were talking there, so he might have had a phone call.
Or go out to have a smoke.
It's beautiful outside right now, 51 degrees, but oh my, it's beautiful. We're doing antenna work, sun's shining. It's just beautiful blue skies.
Same here, 42 degrees, but we still got lots of that snow. So Oh, well, I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but then the rest of the week, getting near Thursday, Friday, Saturday again, they're calling for more snow. But that could change. That's the way the weather is here.
All right. Welcome back here, Dom. Yeah, I need to go out and lower my tower. I'm just taking a break right now, doing all this antenna work, but I got to lower the tower and my top antenna. I have to pull the top end out. They give you these antennas. They give you these little baby set screws, and they want you to run that in on a solid piece of metal, which doesn't bite very good. So I'm going to take that set screw out and try to get the screw in here where I can torque it down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with that wind, it slid all the way down. My SWR went high on my vertical.
I believe it is bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, that's on 11 meters though. So, but right now it's perfect tune. I looked, the match is like a 1-1 up on 28.7 something.
Oh, I guess.
But yeah, they give you these little baby set screws, and if you try to put any kind of pressure, you strip them out.
Right.
Terrible design.
Yeah, some things are good and strong, and other things their engineering is pretty laxed on it. You start to think that they're cheaping out on certain items.
I mean, all they had to do is just put a nice screw that goes down there that you can torque it a little bit, because them little set screws that take the Allen wrench, they strip out so easy, especially when it's really, really small. And the top piece that has the egg beater on top, when it slides down in there, it's solid piece of metal, solid aluminum. So it's hard for it to indent into it to bite in there and hold it. And that's the problem. If it was just a piece of aluminum tubing going down through there, it would have, it'd have held better.
It would have gripped it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give it another shot, but if it happens again, I'll tack weld it.
Well, I'll tell you, with what the materials that Mosely used on these beams here, they didn't skimp on anything. I'll tell you, these things are heavy duty, but you're paying for the quality too.
Yeah, I had the Mosely MP33. It was a nice antenna.
Oh. Oh, and Barb videoed us or sent a thing to Carol there. I was telling Art that little Bryson was doing his alphabet, so that was kind of exciting to hear him do his little alphabet there. So he's coming along. So it'd be good to have him, get verbal in that, and it'll be interesting. He's 3.5.
Soon be talking back to you.
Well, yeah, like Carol said what he's probably going to say to me.
Oh, Lord only knows.
And she'll probably be dictating to him, coaching him to say this to Papa.
I wonder why on that brand new antenna tuner I bought, which I didn't know it when I bought it, it reads out RMS, or you could say average. It don't do PEP.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them don't do true PP. True PEP, it just hang there. Some meters will do that, some of them won't. Like the MFJ 998, it says peak. Yeah, it's not really peak. If you can hold a note long enough.
Yeah, at least the Power Star, you got the peak and average, which I'm using now, so you at least get a feel for what's going on. But that one there, with the average all the time, it reads only half the scale, and that's the way they did it. And didn't even put a light in it. I didn't even look at if we're about the light. I assumed that would have came with a light.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, they're all relative meters, you know. None of them's accurate because different people's working conditions, you know, where they're at, make a difference on all that stuff. And even with the coax, remember the thing I told you about doing with the coax using the X factor? That's not as critical as it seems to be. I mean, if you want to know you have what kind of perfect SWR someplace or anything like that, say you cut your antenna for 3700 and you stick it on there and you see that it's not at 3700, but it doesn't quite go all the way down, then you change the jumper out and you notice now all of a sudden it's flat. You know, that's the difference between the jumper being visible and invisible. But it's not really critical because they're all relative meters, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's 100% right. That's why I have my LP100A in between the amplifier and the antenna tuner. So when I tune things down, I don't trust the meters on any of the antenna tuners. I know that LP100A is going to give me a little bit more of an accurate reading, so that's what I go by.
Right. Now, say you had a beacon, right? Like this 2-meter beacons out there. And you don't want to run a lot of power. You run like, say, 8 watts, 5 watts. Well, you want everything.
Or modes. They don't need to see what's in my house.
Quebec X-ray Charlie, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And I even take it one more step farther.
Kilo 4, Foxtrot Echo Tango, 519.
Oh, God. Crazy.
Right, keep it in the radio.
Yeah, for some reason my SATT is 23 and my correction is 130. That's weird. I figured it would be a little bit of a lower number. I might have to make adjustment with this loop.
Yeah, different antennas. Mine's SAT is at 13 and I'm 149. I go to the this is on the beam. I go to the doublet on 80 meters. It's I think 12 then, and I think 160.
I made a quick adjustment. I'm going to hit a quick two-tone here. Yeah. Sometimes you got to turn that knob a good bit to make it make a difference there. But yeah, brought the 130. It's 133 now, but I'm still SATT is 23.
Yeah, so in the green, 129 to 181 is what you want the correction.
Yeah, and like I said, mine's 133, so I'm well within the numbers I should be in. Yeah, Don, the only reason I could go with another doublet if I go with that big zapper, the one that has the 96 feeds on both sides, because then you hook it to coax and you have to have that 65 feet. I could swing that right over to my switch box and hook it to my switch box out at the tower. This way it'll be away from all metal if I was to try that again.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to do. Once I get the tower up, I'm going to move this, the one I use on 75, the bazooka. So I'm going to build a 40-meter bazooka, and I'm going to move those over to the tower. The 40 will be on top of the 80, about 3 feet difference, and slightly out of phase with each other. I'll tie them off to the little parts of some trees way out in the woods. So give me like, I guess, a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, and I'm going to, if I play around with that one, I'm going to build it just like they say to use, 450 ohm. I'll buy the 450 ohm, and then you put a little piece of coax on the end, a short piece, just enough to screw my box, and they want you to have more than 50 feet of coax, which I have 75 coming into the shack, so that would work out perfect, I believe.
All right. Let me go to this guy's website. Let's see if we can pull it up.
I do it that way, then I can stay away from my metal roof.
Hey, here, now just a drawing. I'll post a link up. Go here and check out each one of these little square boxes where he talks about antennas are calculated for that type of antenna, including coaxial. The bazooka's called a coaxial antenna. When you go through his list, he's got designs in here for quads, VHF, HF. The old PDL2 will be in here made out of wire. All kinds of stuff. Let me get the address.
VA3 KBC, bottom of the hour.
My email.
All right, hang on. Email. What was that? Who else keyed with Dwayne?
I said VA3 KBC, bottom of the hour.
Oh, W4DR.
W3DP. And DJ, I did see you moving your camera around a little bit, left and right and up and down.
That's the screenshot. That's all that was.
Yeah, because it was like quivering a little bit, and I thought you was trying to move it.
Dwayne, what's your email?
BINK392@gmail.com.
BINK392@gmail.com.
That is correct. This way I can see it better on the computer, versus my little phone.
Oh, yeah.
I played around with it. I moved it into the middle and then back down.
Try it again. I missed it. You're still in the bottom left corner that I can see. Yep, that's the middle.
Somebody's knocking on the door. Hang on 1 minute. That's before DM. I sent it.
All right, I'll check my email.
Yeah, they're just sources that you can put in here. I have put different sources in and have them on the screen, or you just take them out.
QSL 59, Mike India.
This afternoon on Sunday, and
2-2, South Carolina. Send some.
Move forward in this 2023. All the best.
Kilo 1.5, uniform Yankee. Kilo 9. Kilo 9, Quebec, right?
I'm back.
Yeah, 20's getting starting to open up a little bit more. Of course, 15 is just crazy.
I got you. It was a little double. I got you there. It opened for you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, those calculators, you can right-click on them and download them. It'll raise a security warning because they're not Microsoft fine. But this guy's been around for years. You've seen this before, DJ V3 SQB website?
Give it to me again.
Victor Echo 3 Sierra Quebec Bravo.
Okay, I must have did something wrong. Victor Echo 3 Sierra Quebec Bravo?
Yeah. Just Google that and you'll see his website.
So it's Victor Echo 3 Sierra Quebec Bravo. It Alan comes up, but also VA3ALL.
Google it in the first. He talks about antennas. Has that call sign, antenna design programs, or something to that effect. It'll be the first one. It should be antenna VE3 SQB, ham radio antenna design software. The actual website is https://www.ve3sqb.com.
Oh, I think I've seen this one before.
Yeah, the one I was going to tell you about is I don't know what he built it for. There's one called the Skyhopper, Dwayne. You see that one?
Yeah, I've seen that. I downloaded a couple. The one doesn't want to load up.
I think this is the one, Dominic, that Scott was using for his mystery loop.
Oh, right. Anyway, and it gives you space and everything.
Magic loop is what Magic Delta loop. That's what he calls it.
So you put your input frequency, right? Your center frequency, and then you hit inches, and then boom, and it'll figure it all out, fill in all blanks.
Oh. Okay, I never had any lunch. I gotta grab a little bit something. I got a pork chop out for Carol, and I'm gonna barbecue that and some potatoes and that for supper. But I gotta have a little something to tide me over as well. So I'm gonna cut the stream here, and you guys carry on, and we'll pick you up later this afternoon or tonight or something. VA3 KBC.
All right, later.
All right, DJ. Talk to you later. W3DEP.
Live long and prosper.